Hello there and welcome to the channel. So I'm going to be talking about how you guys can go ahead and attach something like a Haley flat pack or other kind of smaller like similar pack to your plate carrier, right? So to the back of your plate carrier to where you can actually self-access it. So first off, I'll go over the how I did it. I know a lot of guys have some questions about, hey, how are you actually doing that? And then I'll actually work on to the reason about why I ended up doing it. So a couple of things we're going over. One will be the Crye SPC, and that's just going to be the standard model. The next one I'll go over will end up being the Crye SPC with the L4PC maritime front plate bag attached to it. And then the next one is going to end up being, it's going to be a Tactical Assault Gear Vanguard plate carrier. It's just one of my older ones. So, and this here, once again, is just how do I attach something like a flat pack, directly to a plate carrier without actually, throwing it over your shoulders. So please, stick around. Okay, so you guys can see what's going on the front of this. So this here is the Crye SPC, and I do have the placard adapter, right, which allows me to have these buckles that are a little bit lower than, trying to attach them like way up here. So if you guys see that there's enough space on this side right here, what I ended up doing was I just took a male clip, attached it through on this portion, and that's how I have this strap that's actually coming over and attaching like right here. Now you can of course do this right here to both sides, so that way you have both straps going over. I noticed myself as a right-handed shooter, one thing I did not like having was the strap over my right shoulder. It just kind of got in the way of when I was trying to actually shoulder my rifle. So I'll go ahead and flip it over to the back and show you guys how I have it set up there. So you guys can see on the back where it's a little bit like different. Of course, I do have the strap on the left-hand side that goes up and over my shoulder, attaches there in the front. On the right-hand side, though, once again, just kind of make sure that it wasn't going to interfere with me shouldering my rifle. Right back here on the SPC, there is this little piece. I ended up attaching a male buckle there, and then I just took a female buckle and a strap. This one here is actually a little bit like a stretchy material, and that is just looped through this like right here. So that is like nice and secure, and that allows me to just attach this portion right here on my back. And then of course, all I have to do is just unclip it, unclip the side portion, and then I can just bring this whole thing around me. And then of course, when I go to reattach it, just bring it back to the other side and reattach it here. So that's how I have the Haley flat pack attached to my Crye SPC. And of course, with this rear plate bag, this is exactly how I have it attached once I actually go to move over to swapping out the front plate bag for that L4 Performance L4PC front plate bag. So my side attachment pieces are going to be a little bit different. If you guys notice this crossbar that's right here, that's actually woven on the top and bottom of the cummerbund. So these are actually from VTAC. These are the suspender holders. I actually accidentally ordered 2 sets, so I decided I was going to steal this one right here to do what I'm trying to do, which is I've attached the buckle through it, and we flip this over to the other side. There you go, you guys can see on this side, like right here. So that is what is allowing this buckle to actually be right here in between the cummerbund pieces. And then of course, I just have the side strap for the flat pack moved all the way over and actually attaching like right here. Now this here is adjustable, and you guys can see that I do have one of these GP pouches, and usually I'll have this right here nice and tightened up to keep it flat. But also once this thing is like full, I can still adjust this right here to where it'll actually still secure over like the top. And then once there's in the way, attached over the top, I can still actually open it and get inside like that pouch. So none of it gets really like in like the way. Is this right here how I would recommend everybody to go ahead and attach it? No. You could probably attach this one right here just to this portion, or if you have like, a flatter piece, you can do something different. But because I had this pouch right here and wanted this to go over the pouch if at all possible, this right here is just something that I came up with that works for me. All right, so this right here is the L4PC, the maritime front plate bag that I'll usually attach to my Crye SPC. So when I'm using a front plate bag like this in order to attach something to the front, so you can see over here, this here is normally how I have like my buckles set up to actually be able to attach like that placard. However, if I am looking at attaching that flat pack to this and attaching it in the front, all I did was I took the buckle, I just kind of removed it from the bottom, I moved it down a little bit, and then I put one of my male ends that are like right here. So, once again, I can still attach my my placard to it, but then I can also attach my pack right up here. This right here actually gives me a couple more options though, as far as what I want to do. So if I'm actually using a cummerbund that has like the first spear tubes, I don't really need these buckles to hold on a placard. I can take something like this, which is just, my 3 M4 magazines. I can weave those right there onto it. And now instead of having to utilize these right here, I can actually take something like this, flip this completely upside down, so totally invert it, and now attach the flat pack that way. Now, yes, you can see the difference between the female and the male clips. So the Haley flat pack, it does have female clips that are on it. They are not a split bar. However, I prefer most of my buckles to be split bar just because I'm constantly swapping them around with how I prefer it, with whether that be female or male like clips. So what I can do with this one, like right here, is I can just swap this right here around, invert it, take a split bar, all right, male clip, and actually attach the male clip to the Haley flat pack instead. So, you know, a lot of it's just going to be, hey, however you decide to set yours like up to be able to carry either placard and flat pack, or, you know, any other sort of like pack, just make sure that your male female clips, you try that out before you get you know, downrange. Please don't just throw stuff together, deploy out, or go out on an exercise and realize that all of your stuff has female or male buckles and nothing will attach. All right, shouldn't have to be said, but I'm saying it anyway. And you guys, if you guys are active duty, you guys understand why it always has to be said. So I said, I hope that right there helps on this one, like right here. So this one right here, this is my older plate carrier. This here is from Tactical Assault Gear. Said it used to have the actual front kangaroo flap that had kind of gotten like busted, so I'd cut it off, and I've just been using these buckles right here to actually go ahead and attach a placard to it. So one of the things I was looking at is that Haley Strategic, they do offer, I believe it's called the hitchhike, to where it is pretty much this buckle that's right here, so it kind of like loops through that molly and attaches down here at the bottom. But then there is that extra piece that sticks up with the clip to be able to actually attach it, you know, directly to a plate carrier like this. So I haven't picked any of those up yet because I've not seen those in stock in khaki. They're only in black. Worst case scenario, I might just get some black ones and spray paint them. But that is something that I'm looking to for this one right here. And once again, that'll have both of those straps going all the way over my shoulder and attaching here. Okay. So I can either do that, or something else I've been kind of messing around with was I can just get another set of these exact same buckles. So I'll leave my ones on the front, and then on the back side, I can take one of these and attach that to the rear here. So if you guys can see on both sides, we have this portion right here and this portion right here that actually fits very, very well, all right, in between that buckle. So what I can do is I can go ahead and I can, you know, use the ones just like you guys have already seen set up on my Crye SPC. I can once again go ahead and attach that into this portion right here. That way I don't have like that strap going over. So I might end up either, like I said, either placing both of these on the back, though I just have to remove the entire thing, instead of just going with two sets of like these ones like that are right here. So that's just some of the different ways that you can go about setting something like this right here, like, you know, up just off of the different plate carriers and models that you might have. Best thing I can recommend is take a look at your plate carrier and actually see, you know, how you can do it. Like, you know, look at where your attachment points like might be, and then said just start messing around with it. If you're like myself, I just happen to have so many buckles always like laying around from different like chest rigs and such that I'm actually able to kind of you know, play with this a little bit more. Okay, so getting into the why, and don't mind the very large Belgian Mal that you guys hear barking in the background. Okay, so one of the biggest things I really wanted to do was I wanted to be able to have something like, you know, an assault pack, like a small pack that was actually with me on my plate carrier for all the agile combat deployment stuff that we're doing. So if I am going out to a CL, gonna have my plate carrier on, gonna have my ruck on, gonna get off that C-130. Eventually I'm gonna set my ruck down, and it's really just gonna kind of stay there. As a team lead or as a security forces defense team leader, you might be said you're walking around constantly. So I want to be able to have a small pack that I could just throw onto myself that will have, you know, some of those extra items in. Maybe I throw an MRE in here. I got my water, my Camelback, little 1 liter inside here. You know, extra medical stuff. You know, what have you, just so I don't have to keep going constantly, get back and forth to my ruck. So this right here is just something that I can throw on when I'm actually out there at the CL, and it's going to keep a few more items. It also helped me streamline my plate carrier a little bit, and I'm actually able to put, you know, more stuff inside here. Who knows, maybe, you know, I want to carry my poncho on my person. But the reason why I decided to, you know, attach it the way that I did was just said I wanted to be able to self-access it, and really I just hate having backpack straps just over a plate carrier. It's something that irks me. So that's why I did this right here. Now, is it going to be for everybody? No, probably not. But for me and the mission that we are currently doing, I think something like this right here is a great setup, and I definitely recommend you guys like check something like this right here like out. Once again, it does not have to be the Haley flat pack. That's just what I'm using. There we have the flat pack plus. I actually have another small green 48-hour bag I can also attach in a very similar way. So it's really just, you know, find, you know, what works for you guys. So I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. Later.